Hello everyone, this is Pseudo Reeves and I want to do a twofer for you guys today. That's right, I am dressed up, kind of like Neo. You know, some people say I look like Keanu Reeves, but I just don't see it, neither would Keanu Reeves. Some people say I look like Neo, which is funny. So, why I'm dressed like this today, and I will be honest, I'm blind as a bat with these things on. Especially since it's nighttime and it's kind of dark in my living room. We don't have LED lights, but reason I'm dressed like Neo is because, you know, I didn't take the red pill, I just merely licked it. So why is it a twofer for you guys today? For one, I want to go over the downfall of radical feminism, and I want to go through the total mutiny of Toronto. Yes, there are radical feminists in Toronto, and it's really bad because there's separation between males and females in Toronto, and it's just really ridiculous, and I don't like it. You don't like it. We all don't like it. Because we're all butthurt. Yes, that's right, folks. Even me, I'm butthurt over what's happening in Toronto between men and women alike, because the culture there is just fucked. So, let me start the video off with something I posted on a MGTOW group in Facebook. Radical feminists are too lazy to realize the function of freedom of individual culture in America and Canada. Men and women have the freedom of beliefs, morals, tradition, and practices. And if radical feminists realize this, there's a small chance they'll realize biological sex is not under a social gender role or stereotype. That's their shortcoming of their counterculture, since they expect men to follow a stereotypical social gender role, and their laziness is brutal. Why is it brutal? Because in this counterculture, which is surprisingly growing in Toronto, is where they expect men to follow these social gender roles, and they expect men to follow their stereotype of what culture they should follow. They're disregarding the fact of individual freedom of culture. Each male is going to follow a different culture. Not every male is going to follow this projection and expectation of some patriarchal masculine culture, to where, you know, I think rape is okay. I'm gonna have rape for dinner because I'm a guy and I have that Y chromosome. No, it's not like that. You can't do that. That's shitty arguing, and it's just fucked, and it just separates the male from the female in Toronto, because then you have this radical feminism movement that's growing, and you have this MRA movement that's growing. And the MRA, they weren't started as a anti-feminist or misogynist type deal. And when I say feminist, I'm not saying radical feminism, because they understand what feminism is, and they understand what radical feminism is. One's an ideology. The other's a counterculture. They can identify the culture if they're smart enough. The ideology, the counterculture. They get it. It wasn't a reaction to feminism, true feminism. It was a reaction to pseudo-feminism that was growing in that area, and that pseudo-feminism is what we refer to as, you know, feminazi, radical feminism, or just crazy people in gender who get this idea to where, oh, catharsis against men satisfies me, so I'm going to attack the male based on my projection that he follows a certain subculture. You can't do that, because it's just fucking ignorant. And that's pretty much the whole basis, the whole summary, is you have these females under radical feminism that believe that all of these males in Toronto follow this general stereotypical subculture. And there's irony in this. Oh yes, folks, there's irony in this. There was a meme about the Toronto radical feminists that in their 20s they want to reject men because of this projection of a stereotype, and that when they reach their 30s they had this expectation that the male should be the patriarchal provider. Wait a minute. Radical feminism supporting patriarchy based on social gender roles? Really? So you're contradicting yourself? You want to be anti-male, but you want to support patriarchal gender roles. So tell me this. If I look at a radical feminist and I picture her in a clown suit, is that sexual assault? Do you get what I'm going here? I mean, optic rape, really? So, if I go to you, I'm new in Toronto, probably a tourist, because I'm living in America. If I go to you asking for directions, and as I'm making eye contact with you, you know, as someone with humanity, because we're both human beings, hopefully you're a respectful human being. I know I'm trying to be respectful by making eye contact. Is that rape? Is that sexual assault? I'm not from Toronto, so are you going to try to make that assumption? Are you going to perceive me as a rapist just by asking you for directions? Because if you call security on me for asking you for directions, he's going to look at you like a fucking psychopath. Because you're being a psychopath. Because you're a hollow. You've lost your humanity. You've just thrown it out the door. Because you want to attack a biological gender by projecting what you think you should be. And that's not humane. That's why Toronto, to a lot of MGTOW, is fucked. Even MGTOW, Majin Vegeta, Goku fused together, will go, do they have souls? Do radical feminists have souls? I would be like, look man, Krillin over there, he's asking the same thing. Where is their humanity? I mean, the whole protest wasn't necessary at the University of Toronto. All the radical feminists had to do was say, why? All they had to do was ask why. What do you believe? But they were so overzealous in their beliefs, and their projections, and their stereotypes, that they just lost their humanity in protesting. They failed to realize every male and female are different. They follow their own culture. Sure, you may have a university student who is following this weird subculture of masculinity. Oh, I screwed this many bitches. Or, yeah, I'm the alpha male. Look at these biceps. And you might have another university student. I'm an egalitarian. You know, I'm also a feminist. I believe in fair rights for males and females. And yeah, you could have a men's rights activist. Men's rights count as much as females' rights do. So, why the protest? Was it even necessary? Or was it a cry for attention? A cry for fame? And all they got was infamy. The feminists hate them. Females who support MRA hate them. Do I hate them? No. I just see them as a counterculture. Sure, I pick on MGTOW, but I don't get death threats. That happened on Reddit, by the way. There was someone who posted, you know, he used the Avengers clip where Bruce Banner goes, yeah, that's my secret, I'm always angry. And he edited the subtitles to where, that's my secret, I'm always offended, referring to feminism, and he actually got death threats over it. They seem legitimate. I don't know if it could have been a troll or bait, but you know, whoever messaged the poster, it actually seemed legitimate, which is very scary. Calling him white privileged male scum and threatening to stab him with knives. And not once has MGTOW, threatened to spill my guts or stab me or jump me in the alleyway, which I've mentioned in other videos. But I'm guessing this is regional. Places like Toronto, like California, where people, or, you know, the small population of radical feminists, I'm thinking it's regional. Could be a small portion of California or a small portion of Canada, and I don't think that's a functionalist view or optimist view. I don't think it's growing very fast, because there have been plenty of females on Reddit with "I don't need feminism" signs, and they should read "I don't need radical feminist" signs. I don't need radical feminism. But I will say this: I need feminism so that feminists can teach radical feminists what feminism is really about. Feminism is not about taking an agenda against the biological male by projecting this weird, possibly false reality that males, because of that Y chromosome, they're going to follow a general culture to where they're going to rape women or be a predator or be patriarchal. It's like, what the hell? If I was in a relationship, a long-term relationship, I don't mind doing laundry. I don't mind cooking. I can make mean chicken. I can make mean steak. I can make vegetarian dishes. And I taught myself these skills because they're useful, they're hands-on, they're functional. Very functional. I can screw in a light bulb, like Oreo Sunderman said. I can screw in a light bulb, cook a good meal for myself. It's just shit like that. That, you know, males and females as biological sexes can handle. We don't need radical feminism because it's not helpful, it's not practical, it's not functional. just projects a stereotype on people. We don't need that shit. Alright, thanks for listening. Shout-outs. Jenks. Shout-out to Jenks. You've been working with me with your comments. You've had disagreements and agreements at the same time, which is so awesome. And the shout-out segment I love so much because the people comment on my vids. That is really cool because you're sharing it at the same time, you're liking it, you're giving it views, and he even became a subscriber. I was very surprised because I jumped from 4 subscribers to 9 subscribers, and I was like, this is amazing. And yesterday, you know, I had 586 views. Now today I have 713 views, and it's just the same guys who are commenting on my vids, and these people who don't comment, who are sharing it. They're viewing it, and I find that awesome. I find that really cool. So all of this shit that I'm talking against radical feminism or MGTOW, you know, all of you are dealing with it. And my last video, Equality Ninja 3, I'm gonna I'm gonna hypothesize it. American radical femmes might have seen it, but they didn't care, or they didn't care to threaten me or anything, or post a comment. And MGTOW loved it, and I love that MGTOW loved it because it's supporting their counterculture. I could make this threefer by saying, you know, MGTOW are very economical, but that should be reserved for another video. I know this is about to be 18-19 minutes long, but thank you for bearing with me. That's really cool that you took the time to watch this video and listen to my little rant. So, you know, like, subscribe, comment, the usual thing that people ask for that have YouTube channels. But just do whatever. You don't have to subscribe, like, or comment, but your view is enough. But if you want to go further, that'd be awesome. This was Pseudo Neo, or Pseudo Reeves. Either way, just same thing. Keanu Reeves is Neo. He took the red pill. But anyway, thanks for watching. Have a great night.